And the podcast has begun. Hello, Internet. Welcome back to the Weirdo Watchlist Podcast, the podcast that's slightly off, starring your host, me, and the co-host, Sam.
Me.
You. How you been?
Hello. Good, brother. How are you?
I've been good. It's been a bit. My dog decided to be a bitch.
Oh, her health decided to be a bitch. Your dog was a perfect angel the whole time.
She was a needy bitch.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but she's good.
So cute.
She's
so cute, though.
There are a lot of grouchy pictures of her just like under anesthesia that I got.
Yeah.
And just like when she like throughout like the week where she's got like taking like 5 different medications they gave us.
Oh,
and like two of them were like sedatives too.
Yeah.
So it was just fucking her up for a bit, but
Does when you watch movies near your dog, does she sit right next to you? Does she sit away from you? Where does the dog usually gravitate in movie watching?
Usually right up against me. But while like because we didn't want her stitches to tear again.
Yeah.
We just like told her like no more on the furniture. I moved her dog bed from like the basement all the way upstairs. And just like just tried our best to like keep her off the furniture. So eventually she got trained to it, and now we have to like actually invite her back up.
Yeah.
Like,
She belongs up there for the movie watch. She wants to watch Predator Killer of Killers with you.
Yeah.
Okay. She does. I bet she'd love it.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk about that, awesome. But what have you been watching, my friend?
I started watching classic Doctor Who. That's been interesting.
Really?
Yeah. Like I watched like the reboot series like in high school when it was like big on Tumblr. So, but I see it like pop up every so often, like, oh, look at the new Doctor, or I'm watching Doctor Who for the first time. So that just got me thinking about it, and that I've never seen the original series, like from the 60s.
Sure.
So I started watching that. Most of them
I
just
know nothing about it.
It's like sci-fi, like British Star Trek, basically. You know.
I suppose I know about Doctor Who, but not like the old. Like, I don't even really know who was in it.
Yeah.
What it looks like, who the first Doctor even looks like. Whatever.
He's a crotchety old man who's constantly annoyed at everyone around him. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. Have you liked it so far?
Yeah, the first like I don't know how many episodes I'm in, but the way Letterboxd works it is like each like 5-episode arc is its own Letterboxd entry.
Yeah.
So like
Letterboxd not taking their stance on either. Do they do shows? Do they not do shows?
Well, no one knows. No one knows.
No stance.
If I get to log all of classic Doctor Who every episode on Letterboxd, but I can't do One Piece.
Twin Peaks is on here. Let's see.
There's Twin Peaks, but they log it as like an extended pilot for like for Europe, right? Europe got a special like closed episode where they actually reveal who killed Laura Palmer in it.
Really?
Like basically standalone movie-ish, but it's mostly the pilot. They just stab an ending onto it. And then Twin Peaks: The Return, all of it is also on Letterboxd.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
I see it here.
So they do that a lot with like the like limited series like Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
Whatever like
the TV shows for the cinephiles out there.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
And Doctor Who counts.
Be choosy. Doctor Who for sure counts.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's half of it's like missing. Like a lot of these early episodes are just lost media entirely.
Really?
Yeah, so the recent arc I watched, they had the original like episode like audio recording, but no video. So they just stitched together a bunch of like production stills. So it was basically just like a
slideshow,
yeah. Just different like Doctor Who shots and then the episode playing over it.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's just what it was like in the 60s, bro. You don't know what they were going through, man.
One frame per second.
Yeah, they needed better graphics cards. I don't know anything about anything, so don't.
Neither do I.
Don't quote me on anything. So Doctor Who, there was a movie or no? I saw you log it. That must have been the TV show that you were logged.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see.
It's like 7 episodes.
There's a bunch of movies of that, right?
It's only been specials. I think there are actually like a couple movies from the 60s. Like Peter Cushing's in one of them as the Doctor. No one talks about it though. I've never heard of it until like looking at it now.
Huh? Interesting. Maybe it's on the Weirdo Watch List.
I don't think so.
Doubt it. Well, cool, man. That's good that you're getting into your Doctor Who era.
My Doctor Who eras again
are gonna be so much more fun for you.
I went to a convention when I was in high school, right? And they had like one of the original Doctors at that convention, like number 7, I think.
Holy shit! How many have there been?
Fuck if I know. I lost count. Like I
just guessed. I don't know.
14 sounds about right. Maybe 15 or 17. Fuck again.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I watched it, it was like 9, 10, and 11.
Yeah. I never got into it. I like some of the bits I've seen on like, the internet, but
yeah,
not for me. That's a nerd culture that I'm just not gonna touch. I dip my toe into bronyism.
I had a brony face too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's cool.
It's fine. Actually. It's fine. We don't talk about it that way publicly.
I wanted to go to a brony convention. I did. I spoiler alert, I did go, but I really wanted to go, but I was just like,
was it?
I have friends who do this. I just kind of want to go check out the vibe.
Yeah.
But my friend's child liked My Little Pony because she was like the target market. I mean, she was a little girl. So I brought this like 10-year-old to this brony convention, and we had a pretty good time. I mean, we went. Was it
MLP MSP?
Yes, it was.
Because I went to that one also.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of fun. Like, I mean, I had an excuse to do a lot of the kids stuff that was there, so I got to go experience the whole thing without feeling too much part of it, which was kind of nice because I really am not, a hardcore brony by any means. I think it's more interesting than anything.
I was hardcore part of it. I was like fucking like tracking down all like the YouTube brony celebrities.
Really?
If you know the Living Tombstone, he does like a lot of like the Five Nights at Freddy's music on the internet.
Okay, no.
Okay,
my wheelhouse.
Yeah, he's one of those internet musicians that does like video game music.
Yeah.
He was at that convention, and I got in a conga line right behind him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It was fun. It was a good vibe at that convention, and that's why I wanted to go and see what it was like. I ended up buying the weekend pass. I actually went back the second day without the kid later in the evening for like, I think Bronies After Dark or whatever the fuck they called like the adult section, I guess, after like 9 p.m. And that inspired me to actually go do my own couple panels at a convention in Kentucky.
Really?
I don't know, some random fucking state. I
you don't remember the state?
Chattanooga, Tennessee. Boom! It was in Tennessee.
Dude.
NugaCon. I went to NugaCon and I went as a streamer because I streamed back in the day.
Yeah.
And I did one. I found a convention that did that after dark type shit. So this convention was nerd culture and like BDSM kink culture.
That was not at the Brony one. That didn't happen at the Brony one.
Definitely not. So
you said adults only, but this is a different kind of adults only.
Yeah, it never. None of it went like really far. It was all like respectable. A lot of it was cosplay oriented, but like sexy cosplay oriented. There was a lot of talks about fetishes and stuff, like, which is, I think weird, but like it all fit within like the nerd culture shit. A lot of Gundam shit as well. Anyway, it's
you got fucking a dude wearing like a strap on, right? Like fucking nipples pierced, and then next to a mobile suit Gundam.
Yep. And then next to him a furry. It was.
Got your persona all $2,000 fursuit all made up.
But what I did for my adult themed panel was I brought out a bunch of My Little Pony clop, which is and I had other people do different characters in the audience, and we did like live action brony porn, and
the
whole room was just cracking up. And I left early because I did my panel, and I'm like, I don't want to actually be here, so I left to Minnesota just to find out we won best panel of the convention.
Jesus Christ,
yeah,
dude,
it was
that's
sick. It was small.
nuts.
It was small, maybe 30 people in there, but man, we had a really, really good time. Anyway, that's what I do with my life. I don't know how I got there, and now it feels almost like I'm telling a story that I've heard. But that happens, I guess.
I've known you for a while. You've never mentioned that. This is a lore dump.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't told many people about that one. Don't
yeah,
have very much footage or video of it.
Yeah, I hope not. That's crazy.
I did 3 panels that day. The other 2 were like all ages. One was Marvel versus DC, like trivia stuff that ended up going really, really well. And there was a huge fire alarm during it, and we just had a really good time going outside as a group. I don't know. And then
Safety first.
How to tell if your friend is a weeb and what to do to help or something.
What
like
to do to help?
A self-help guide, hour-long session on how what to do if your friend needs help.
God.
I had video. I had a projector with like a bunch of pre-shot videos for it. Again, never saw the light of day. No, like those 20 people in that room are the only people who'll ever see that content.
Wow. That's such a fucking like dated meme too. Like your friend's a weeb.
Yeah,
like that's so like that's like so 2015.
That one probably wasn't nearly as funny as the porn stuff, but you know what? How could it be?
Dude.
How could it be?
Let's talk.
I had people doing voices for some pretty fucked up things. Anyway, what else have you been watching?
Let's talk about some movies. Predator, Killer of Killers. I told you to watch it, and you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. I want to though. I certainly want to.
Yeah, but it's fucking totally badass. Is the best thing I can say about it. I got about
I've heard really good things.
Yeah, I watched like 15 minutes of it. The first 15 minutes of it, decided I was not high enough to finish this. Popped like 4 edibles. Waited an hour for it to like kick in, and then I continued the movie and had a blast.
So I also I probably didn't even get 15. I'm gonna be real, maybe 10 minutes, because I hadn't even seen the actual physical Predator yet. I've just seen his invisible whateverness.
His cloaking.
Yeah, his cloaking. Yeah, so that's how far into it, and I can say just by visually, what a movie to be high for.
It's dude.
It's aesthetically, so far I kind of hate it, because it kind of looks like a shitty video game, but like they're making it work so far, and everything else is lining up so well, like the voices and like everything was like firing on all cylinders. So I'm like, I can ignore that some of these scenes look like PS3 shit. It's cool. It's a cool vibe.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I think that this should have been like an idea that was already done, right? Just Predator montage, like here's Predator fighting a Viking, here's Predator fighting like a Mayan warrior, here's Predator fighting fucking Napoleon Bonaparte, That should have been a thing on Spike TV in like 2005, 2008. Like we should have had this idea already done into the ground.
They should always let really cool IPs have some creativity and fun. Like, I can understand, like, maybe these wouldn't hit as like a full feature film because people would be, whatever. But like, for what it is, it's like, I want to see everything you can give me.
You can pump 8 episodes into this idea,
Yeah, totally.
Like you don't have to go full like overarching story narrative. Just give me a Predator versus some guy.
Yep. Right.
And then the movie delivers exactly that, and then ties it up nicely at the end too. A really fucking big fist pumping moment at the very end of the movie.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a total blast.
Yeah. And I'm excited for Badlands?
Yeah. Predator Badlands.
God, that looks. Oh man, I watched the trailer when it first dropped, which I don't normally do, but it's a Predator movie, whatever.
Yeah.
I think I understand sort of what's going on. But my God, what was it? Just fucking made me like almost stand up. God, there were so many things. I was just like pointing like the fucking Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pointing at the TV the whole time. Look at that. Look at the dinosaur skull. What? Oh man. God,
Did you notice in the trailer Ellie Fanning has like the cyborg eyes that are the logo of the Wayland Tech Industry Company from Alien?
Really?
Yeah, they're connecting AVP. They're doing AVP again, baby.
That'd be sweet.
Building it out.
I'm okay with it. Make almost like a universe. Like,
Fuck.
I hate to say like an MCU, but like
Yeah.
But like, you know, do you remember the Mummy with Tom Cruise?
I watched that a month ago.
Really?
Yeah. I was hot into Tom Cruise before the new Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch the new one?
Yeah. It's really good.
We should talk about that. I haven't seen it yet, but I can now go see it for $1 at Marcus Theaters because I have a pass. So, should I go see it? Is it worth $1?
It's worth $1. Yeah, it's a 3-hour movie. It's worth $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like the one before, like the part 1 Dead?
Yes.
Whatever it's. What is it called?
Dead Reckoning, Part 1.
Dead Reckoning, and this one is called
The Final Reckoning, Part 2.
Not great. My brain is going like a million miles right now. But when the fuck does the Fast and Furious new one come out?
Who knows?
God, I feel like they were supposed to drop that like right away.
Yeah.
That was my understanding from watching him at the Hoover Dam at the end of the last one.
Yeah, where he blows up at the Hoover Dam, just like in Dead Reckoning Part 1, where he blows up the train.
Yeah, it felt like those things should have just.
We should have heard about it.
Very next year should have just happened, but here we are. Lord of the Rings did it, and that's a fucking massive undertaking. What are you doing, Fast and Furious?
Nothing.
Get Vin Diesel and The Rock together?
They probably had another. They teased him for the end of it.
Did they?
Yeah, I distinctly remember The Rock coming back, but maybe they got into another fight.
I love the Fast and Furious series, but I feel like they're fumbling the end bad, and I don't think this one's gonna save it by any means.
Yeah, totally.
And I feel like I'm gonna feel very similarly about the ending of Mission Impossible. Though I don't think Mission Impossible's been consistently that good, in my opinion. A lot of people love it. It's just.
Boo.
Did you rewatch all of them before this last?
Yeah, I love them. They're my favorite series.
Really?
So it hurts my feelings when you talk negative.
I'm so sorry. It's Fast and Furious. You know, there's two types of people. You're either a fast guy, or you're an impossible guy. You know, what can I say? Gotta trump the other.
Yeah. You saw Friendship. We can talk about Friendship together.
Did see Friendship. It was pretty good. I don't know what I really expected. But it was very A24. I was very surprised by like how much it leaned into that aesthetic of like
the normal tropes.
A24. Yeah, like they were like playing with the tropes of A24 within their comedy movie. I feel like very purposefully. I felt. Some of it was great. A lot of it felt a little. I kind of got bored towards the end. To be honest with you.
Sure.
But. How'd you feel about it? Are you a Tim Robinson fan?
I loved it a lot.
Yeah.
I had a blast. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
The Subway sandwich scene, right?
Yeah.
The acid trip, where it just goes to Subway. Funny as shit. I love the year. Yeah, licking the toad.
Yeah. See that? I appreciate the joke. I didn't even laugh out loud at that. I was just like,
boo.
I know. I'm. So I think the wavelength that I'm on was a little bit lower than this high frequency film.
Yeah. It's a very specific type of humor.
And I really do love Tim Robinson's humor, and I think a lot of the stuff he was doing, and Connor O'Malley, you know who that is?
Yeah. What the fucking? We should have stayed in Afghanistan.
That probably made me laugh the hardest. That line.
Yeah, no. Me and my wife were the only ones in our theater, but I laughed so fucking hard at that.
Yeah, our theater was pretty quiet. I mean, we had a handful of people in there, but certainly not uproarious laughter. Sure. But I think that might have sold the movie a little bit more if I was in a full theater and everybody thought it was. If everybody's kind of vibing off each other, I feel like I could have liked it a lot more. But I mean, definitely, I love everything Tim Robinson. Like his character, I couldn't get enough of that in his show, in this movie. Like, just keep playing the Tim Robinson-esque character, and I'll watch it
whatever it is, you know.
Yeah. The first part that made me probably laugh the hardest was when he was like, "Me get a drum set?" His first thing was like, "What color would I even get?" And I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. Like, oh god, just the way he delivers his fucking lines is just.
Some of them just blow you the fuck away. Like, genuinely.
Very, very funny.
One thing that got me like right at the fucking beginning is when he fills his fucking coffee mug to the fucking like very tippy top, and he's just like slowly like bringing it through the hallway, just like, watch out, hot coffee, and then his fucking like coworker bumps him, just like, fucking jackass.
And I love him screaming at anything, anytime he gets dirty or like falls in like a slight hole or.
Yeah.
Oh, God! Ah!
Like the fucking the garage scene with Connor O'Malley when they're just screaming at each other, like, "Who are you? What the fuck is going on?"
God, Connor O'Malley should have been in it more. That's what I think.
Apparently that garage scene has a 12-minute cut that's going to be on the Blu-ray.
Oh, really? I was going to say, I bet they just sat there and bullshitted each other for a while.
You can definitely tell a little bit with like Connor O'Malley like towards the end of it, where it's just like, "I'll kill you." It sounds like he's like struggling. Careful, struggling to like get like something out. He's like in the middle of thinking.
Also, just the little bits of, I mean, it's obvious, but how he copies Paul Rudd's character in his vocabulary, but just so little, and sometimes like way later in a context that doesn't even matter, but it's just like, I know this character wouldn't have said that word. Like when he was like, "Oh, this car's my dream car, man. It's so cherry." He's like, "Dude, you gotta get a car like this, man. It's cherry."
Yeah.
Like shit like that.
Yeah.
Is so minimal, but it is just funny every single time that it happens throughout the whole thing. To me, anyway.
There's the bit where like they where like again like going through the sewer, right? The big inciting incident. They go through the sewer. Paul Rudd's like, "Come on, it's great. Just follow me. I know the way." And then later on, he's trying to spice up his marriage by also going into the sewer, but he doesn't know where the fuck he's going. And it leads his fucking wife to get left in the sewer for just all night. Which then leads to the great Connor O'Malley garage scene, but...
Yeah, and leads to Tim Robinson giving a terrible speech, and then, her ex gives a really good speech.
Yeah.
And he's like, Tim Robinson freaks out about, "You need to be on the chair." Once Connor O'Malley just started walking towards the chair, I started laughing. That's it. Like, that's all he had to do was just kind of slowly. He's like, "Oh, he's on a mission to go get the chair." Scene's not about him, but he's just in the background being funny as fuck. Love it.
Yeah,
love
and
it.
then
I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah, and then he fucking used the chair to talk about his fucking political opinions about Afghanistan.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny. Hey, I was picking up a lot of like the same kind of like just like the same like punishment vibe as like a serious man, you know, where like Larry Gopnik's just miserable because everything around him is just going wrong. But Larry Gopnik didn't do anything, you know. Fucking Tim Robinson here did something very wrong, and now his world is just crumbling around him. He can't do anything about it.
Goddamn. Yeah. I went to see this at St. Michael Cinema. Did you see my post about St. Michael Cinema? Did I send you that?
I think so. No, I think I saw like a notification for it on Facebook, but I don't go on Facebook.
So this summer they have a drive-in like in their parking lot. They made one wall like huge and white, and they can bring out a projector. So they're doing it 3 times a week all summer, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and they're playing older classic, not older, but like between like 60s and 2000s. And they're playing like a lot of horror movies, like kind of not obscure, but things you just wouldn't expect to be big money makers. American Graffiti was on the list, which was, I thought, an interesting choice.
Like classic drive-thru, I guess.
Classic drive-in movies, and a lot of horror movies. Tonight they're playing Friday the 13th.
Tomorrow's Friday the 13th.
I know, but they're not doing it on Fridays.
Boo.
Because it's too busy inside. They're doing it on the days that they're slow.
Sure.
Which I think it's genius. Anyway, I saw Friendship at that theater, and that's really all I wanted to say. I wanted to give them a shout out because it's the best theater in the goddamn state. Goddamn. Love them.
What else have you watched? Because I covered everything I wanted to talk about.
Did I watch anything else? I watched Until Dawn, apparently. I already forgot about it. Apparently it was based off a video game. I didn't play the video game. The movie was bad. That's all we need to know. No, I haven't watched anything else.
Shall we discuss tonight's pick then?
We should talk about Last Days by Gus Van Sant. Is that how you say it?
Gus Van Sant.
Sant. I didn't know the name of the guy. I didn't know who that was by name when I picked this movie to watch. I've seen Good Will Hunting, but the fact that this movie has his name,
Gus Van Sant's Last Days.
I don't know. I feel like that's part of the reason I picked it. I'm like, oh, it must be like good and like kind of artsy.
It's his movie.
Yeah. No, it just feels kind of pretentious. So let's get into it. I didn't like it. Really at all. I was bored. If you've seen it, you can probably understand why. If you really loved it, awesome. But I was bored, miserable the whole time.
I liked it.
Did you? Okay, tell me. Try to tell me why. Maybe I'll find the good in it. There's a little bit I could find. Sure.
Yeah.
But...
So I don't listen to that much Nirvana. I only really listen to Smells Like Teen Spirit and 2 other singles. So I'm not like a diehard Nirvana fan, but I know Kurt Cobain, how much he hated the industry and wanted to like not be part of it, and how that was reflected into his music and the whole grunge scene. Mm-hmm. What this movie does that I kind of really admire, it takes all of that influence out and just puts it on a guy named, what's his name? Blake. Yeah, so like you still get there's still moments where you see like, no, this is Kurt Cobain. He's got his solo jam sessions. He's going out. He's getting recognized at the club by Harmony Korine, director of Gummo.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and getting asked like questions by that one guy, over and over again. So you still get like the idea, but it takes all of the glamour and the fame just completely out of it, and just the movie just isolates itself.
Yeah,
it's a very isolating movie, and that is reflected in the way the movie's shot. Everything's much further away. Kurt Cobain's just off to the side of the camera. Like no close-ups until the very end of the movie. So you don't get to. So you never really know much about Blake. You just know that everything's dilapidated and kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's true. I'd say that's true about this film. It was very dilapidated. It was very...
The house they live in is a shithole.
Yeah. They need jet engine heaters, my guy. That's what they need. I was watching the football yesterday, and they had these jet engine heaters. Remember that? You know what I'm talking about?
No. Not at all. In the movie, yeah.
In the movie, yeah. He's just like, I need to go. What did he say? He said something like, because I was on tour and I got in a fight. I was gonna piss on the stewardess, and they had to land the plane. Now I have to go to Utah. Yeah. So I do remember the movie. I remember the couple horribly boring things that they talked about to Blake. Some of the scenes were just people yapping at him.
The beginning. It's like some magazine guy, I think.
Yeah,
asking him questions and
guy.
Yeah. And then you got the Mormons who show up.
I liked some of that, but it essentially that's what I feel like that all I watched was like, oh yep, people are boring and annoying. Like Harmony Korine's really good at that.
Yeah.
Off, he played the same character they played in Gummo. Almost. That. It just goes on and on and on and just talks and talks and talks and talks. Doesn't even care the other person says anything or not. But that's what the movie is. I'm not going to have a good time with that. I'm just going to be bored. The most perplexed I was the first time anyway was when they showed at least like a minute and a half of a Boys to Men music video.
Yeah, I get like that's another thing. The movie is very patient and lingering, where you do get again, like so many like extended shots of a Boys to Men music video. You know, Kurt will run past a pile of bushes and he'll just hang on those bushes for a minute. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a very
a lot of that. I didn't understand that choice ever. Like it never felt like it was saying anything.
I think it's just stillness. I saw like one review describe this movie more of as like a ghost story, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I did see one review. Let me find that really quick. That I really liked the first sentence of. And I was like, that's better than the whole movie that I just watched. A ghost whispering its story, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that is a cool way to put what this movie is.
Yeah.
But
like I get that. I see it like that.
And everybody else, not everybody, but a lot of people see it as well. A lot of lovers of this movie on Letterboxd. Not me. A couple 1 stars, but like a lot of people are like, yeah, maybe it's kind of slow, but it's still really good. And I'm just like, I'm trying to find
it reminded me a lot of like another movie, right? I saw this in theaters like 2018, Leave No Trace. It reminded me a lot of like that. It's like father daughter, you know, they're drifters who live in the woods, they're homeless.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I loved that movie.
Yeah, I got kind of like the same vibes out of this. Yeah, maybe it is just like the scenery. They both like take place like Pacific Northwest, in like a lot of in the woods. You know, they don't want anybody to help them. You know, taking care of problems themselves.
Yeah, that was a cool one. I will say to this movie as well, I don't think it was good looking either. I think a lot of it was on purpose. Some of it was out of focus, of course, on purpose. You know, things not centered. All of it purposeful. All of it ugly. The whole movie was kind of grainy and cheap looking. You know what I mean?
It looked lonely.
It did. It did.
Here's
said nothing about that loneliness to me. I mean, it said that this guy's lonely and has nothing in his maybe. You know, bombarded with annoyances and things that would drive you to maybe kill yourself, but it doesn't say anything about that. There's nothing to say about that. I don't think the movie even sets out to do that, but that doesn't mean that I wanted to sit through an hour and a half of just watching. Yes, he's lonely. There is no reason else, you know, for showing you that I don't know. It's not saying anything else to me anyway. Obviously to others.
Yeah,
obviously to others, it's saying some stuff, but to me, it's a ghost whispering its story, and I can't even hear it because I've been to too many rock concerts.
Yeah, you haven't been hanging out with Zach Bagans.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's what's tripping me up about you not liking this movie. It's in line with some of the other movies you've picked for the podcast. Yeah. It's got a lot of this. It's got a lot of the same, you know, like the same tones, like Personal Shopper. Very slow, like Uncle Boone Me, Gummo, very like minimal narrative.
I gravitate towards a type.
It fits what you've been picking, and somehow it didn't make it.
I know.
These are all movies I like. For the most part, we've enjoyed.
Yeah, it's a bummer when one doesn't hit, and like obviously. I'm happy that other people do like it. A bunch of people on Letterboxd love it. So I know that I'm not just like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, what the fuck are you guys thinking? You know, like being an annoying person who didn't like a movie. Yeah. But it sure was not for me. I'm not interested in watching the other 2 movies in this something trilogy that they kind of, there's a Columbine one and there's another one. I don't know. I was reading
Columbine.
Do you know what I'm talking
about?
No. So he did. I want to say Elephant was the name. Elephant, fictional film based on the 1999 Columbine.
Yeah.
The Death Trilogy. So there's 3 movies: Elephant, Last Days, which was the 3rd one, and one other one. Jerry. or Gary, I don't know, something like that.
Gary.
Way, I don't. If they're just kind of like that, maybe they'll be a little bit better than this one. But I'm not that interested. Not that interested. Could be cool. Maybe I do. Maybe I check it out. Just
Sounds too
110
depressing.
hit me. You know what I mean?
Too depressing for me.
Yeah.
I was expecting this movie to be a lot more like depressing. You know, like again, like it's very quiet. It whispers to you, so it's not like overbearing with emotion. You know, it's very isolated, and because of that, I thought I was going to get into like serious drama. You know, like Kurt's going to have like these big crash outs. We're going to see him kill himself. It's going to be big emotional. But when he does, you don't even like actually see him do it.
No,
At the end of the movie, end of the movie, he sits down in the shed, and you get the only close up in the entire movie of anybody. It puts Kurt front and center, looking just off to the camera. It's the closest we get to him, and that's when he kills himself. It's kind of in that way, like when you find the suicide note, like that. There's the last thoughts they had.
Yeah, I did like that they played because like it's well known. I think that Kurt Cobain killed himself in the greenhouse, right? And like how they kept showing the greenhouse, like, yep, like it. Remember, like it's all gonna end here. I kind of liked that, and I liked that they didn't show it because it makes the whole thing fit the quietness.
Yeah,
I loved
and then
the ghost. I'm gonna call it the ghost, but like the reflection of him naked walking up the fucking thing. That was a cool ass shot.
It was cool. Yeah, it lined up perfectly with the rungs of the window pane.
Yep. Yeah, that was cool.
That was neat.
All right, they fucking did something there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah. And then I think it cuts back to the friends for a little bit. They're like, we're gonna be complicit in this shit, and then they drive away, and then it's over.
Yeah. Which one of those guys was Dave Grohl?
One of them looked a lot fucking like him.
The one with the glasses?
Maybe, yeah. And then a weird, I shouldn't say weird. It was weird. The gay scene.
I just assume half those like rock bands in the 90s were just kissing each other. Like I've heard like MCR got a little funny with it. Green Day, Fall Out Boy. I just assume, like if I hear like a 90s rock band had some like fruitiness going on, I'm not going to be surprised.
Yeah. I just don't know why they any of the scenes with the friends or whoever they were.
Like, I mean, maybe it is again just
lingering on them, lingering on the one friend listening to music for forever, and then cutting back to it again. I'm like, bro, I don't care about this guy just vibing to the song right now.
Hey, maybe it is like a complacency thing. You see like Kurt's like clearly struggling, and he is avoiding help, but you kind of that's what an intervention's for. And they're just like chilling around. You get the one scene where like the chick like opens the door and Kurt like falls down. She just like props him back up.
Yeah, maybe it is saying something about that. Maybe.
Out of 10, does it belong on the Weirdo Watch List?
Oh, I don't think it does belong on the Weirdo Watch List.
It has.
What I thought was weird was the out of like time sequence kind of things where like they showed something.
Yeah, there's like
and later showed it again. There's a couple like playing with the time narrative.
Yeah,
things,
it doesn't go overboard with it.
Makes it fit on this list. I don't think. Not weird, just boring.
It might squeak by in the same way I would let something like a ghost story be on the Weirdo Watch List. Yeah. Where it is like unique in its filmmaking and like visual language, but again, like it is just like loose narrative, slow pace, quiet movie.
Yeah.
Out of 10, I give it a 7.
7 out of 10, huh?
Yeah, I liked it.
I'm gonna give it a 1.5 out of 10.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens. Happens to the best of us. Can't all be winners. You know what I want to do? I want to go look at all the movies that we've talked about and rank them.
That's what I got one of those lists.
Do you?
Yeah.
haven't looked back at like what we've watched, but I bet it would be a fun little trip.
I've got them all tagged.
I thought about Suture the other day. I'm like, remember Suture?
It's a good movie. I got the Blu-ray that's sticking around here somewhere.
Do you?
Yeah.
Anyway, this one's gonna be lower on the list for me, and that's okay because there's more films out there,
including the pick for next week, which I have figured out.
You have it figured out. All right, tell us what it is.
Okay, here I'll set it up. Here's the setup. It's been a minute since we've seen something that is just deliberately bad on purpose, right? Like a truly like bad movie, not one that just didn't click with us, one that's like unanimously bad. Not like last movie like that was Serenity.
Yeah.
So, my next pick, we're gonna get a little controversial. Movie made with good intentions, but very, very bad, questionable execution. We are gonna watch 2002's Tiptoes with Gary Oldman, Kate Beckinsale, Patricia Arquette, Matthew McConaughey, and Peter Dinklage.
Short person movie.
The short person movie.
I saw a TikTok about this.
I might have seen the same one. It was like on a podcast.
Yeah, like what is the most? And they pulled up a clip of it. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, the poster of this looks like the worst Photoshop of just random screenshots. What's going on?
It's really terrible. It's going to make for a funny thumbnail when we record that episode.
Great.
But yeah, the plot describes it as a man is reluctant to tell his fiancée that his parents, uncle, and brother are dwarves. And the tagline of the movie is, "It's the little things in life that matter." So you catch the vibe of what the movie's going to feel like right away.
I can't wait.
It'll be an interesting movie to talk about. It's on Prime Video, and you can rent it everywhere else. It's available. The studio seems to not have any shame about keeping this thing hidden.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I got threatened that someone would show this at a film club. But they said, like, it's possible, but not yet.
Hey, listen, this is going to be a great test to see how good Gary Oldman can be, because he is a great actor.
I watched him in True Romance, and he's incredible, but he's only in the movie for, like, 5 minutes. Yeah.
We're going to see how he can give him the worst role, see if he can still charm me a little bit.
Yeah, they made his head bigger, too.
As they should.
Like, this is going to be an insane watch. Okay.
Make him look unproportional.
They do. He's walking around on his knees the whole time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and he's got his regular arms, too, I think.
Did he get an Oscar nom?
No. Absolutely not.
Rob.
I don't think anyone saw this movie.
I haven't watched the movie yet, but robbed.
Anyway, we'll look into like the critical reception next time. We'll save the deep dive on that for when we actually get to watch it and talk about it.
Sounds good.
Any closing thoughts out of you, sir?
None. Zero thoughts. Just tiptoeing.
No incredible thoughts whatsoever.
Have you seen The Lonely Island? Pop star. Never Stopping.
Yes,
Is that what you're referencing right now?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes.
Just making sure.
That is a podcast favorite.
Good. I feel like more people have been talking. Oh, it just got added to Netflix like a week ago.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Yeah.
So I had seen a couple people talking about it, but what a flick.
What a flick. Is it a weirdo movie? I don't think so. I don't think it's on the list.
No, it's just good.
It's real good, though. It's real good. Everyone watch Popstar instead of Tiptoes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Internet. That's the end of the episode. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.